All right, let's talk Game Pass. The second wave for August 2025 is officially here, and it's dropping 7 new games between the 19th and the 28th. And you know the big question is always the same, right? With limited time and even more limited hard drive space, which ones are actually worth the download? Well, we're here to help you decide.
It is the classic Game Pass problem, isn't it? The paradox of choice. You've got these huge blockbusters, some cult classics, brand new indies, all of them fighting for your attention. But hey, don't worry. Think of this as your personal guide. We're going to cut through all that noise so you can get right to the good stuff.
So, first up, let's talk about the 2 biggest names in this batch. These are the games you've almost definitely heard of. But here's the thing, they offer 2 completely different experiences. Your choice here is really going to depend on what you're in the mood for.
And kicking things off is a massive day 1 launch for the service, Gears of War Reloaded. Now, this isn't a brand new game, but a ground-up remaster of the one that started it all, way back in 2006.
So what you're getting here is a super tight 9 to 10 hour third-person shooter campaign. It's been visually overhauled for 4K at 60 frames per second, and it's packed with all the original post-launch content. It's sitting at a really solid 81 on OpenCritic, making it a definite yes from us, especially if you're new to the series or just want a huge dose of high-octane nostalgia.
Now, your other heavyweight option this month is BioWare's latest epic, Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Just a heads up, this one's coming to the service through EA Play, so you're going to need a Game Pass Ultimate or PC Game Pass subscription to jump in.
And wow, this is a very different beast. It's a single-player action RPG, and it demands a serious time investment. We're talking 30 to 50 hours, and that's just for the main story. It scored a solid 80 on OpenCritic, and it is an absolute yes if you're someone who just loves deep, character-driven adventures and massive worlds to explore.
So let's put the choice side by side. Are you looking for a weekend of intense, nostalgic shooter action with Gears? Or are you ready to settle in for, like, a month-long epic adventure with Dragon Age? One's a polished classic, the other's a huge, modern, sprawling RPG. All right, moving on to our next category, and this one is dedicated to just a single legendary title. Look, this isn't just another game, it's one of the most beloved Japanese RPGs of all time, and getting it on Game Pass is a huge, huge deal. We are, of course, talking about Persona 4 Golden. For years, this was the reason to own a PlayStation Vita, and now, finally, it's available for everyone on console, cloud, and PC.
So what makes this game so special? Well, it's this really unique blend of a turn-based JRPG, where you're exploring dungeons, and a social simulator, where you're going to school and building friendships in this rural Japanese town. But I gotta warn you, the story will take you a good 68 to 70 hours to get through. Our verdict? It's an absolute must-play. The characters, the story, and that music? Unforgettable.
And hey, you don't have to just take my word for it. The critics absolutely agree it holds an incredible score of 88 on OpenCritic. A number like that tells you this isn't just a great game, it's a certified all-time classic.
All right, let's move on from the classics. Our final section dives into the hidden gems and, the wild cards. We've got 4 very different games to cover here. Some day 1 indies, a relaxing sim, and just some pure, unadulterated chaos.
First up, we have Herdling, which is a day 1 launch on Game Pass. This is a minimalist adventure game with a really unique, quiet premise.
In Herdling, you're just guiding a flock of cute little creatures up a mountain. There's no dialogue, it's all about the atmosphere. It's a very short, contemplative experience. It clocks in at just 3 to 4 hours. With a strong 80 on OpenCritic, it's the perfect palate cleanser you can finish in a single evening.
Next up is another day 1 release, but this one is for PC Game Pass subscribers only. Say hello to Void/Breaker, a really high-octane first-person shooter.
This is a roguelite, which means it's all about that one more run feeling. You fight, you die, you repeat, but you get a little stronger each time. It's got destructible environments and really deep weapon modding. It's launching in early access, but the player scores on Steam are already at 92% positive. So yeah, it's a definite yes if you love that fast-paced action loop.
Staying on PC, we also have Blacksmith Master, which is entering the service in game preview, and this one shifts gears pretty dramatically, offering a super relaxing management experience.
Here, you manage a medieval forge. You're handling everything, from mining the ore to smelting it down, forging items, and then selling them. It's that classic sandbox tycoon loop. And if you're the kind of player who just loves watching numbers go up and building an empire from scratch, this is for you.
Like Void/Breaker, just remember, it is also still in development.
Now, I've mentioned early access and game preview a couple of times. What does that actually mean? Well, to put it simply, it means these games aren't finished. They're still in active development, so you should expect to see new features added, balancing changes, and yeah, probably a few bugs along the way. It's all part of the journey with these kinds of games.
And finally, the last game in this batch is the return of an absolute icon of internet absurdity, Goat Simulator Remastered.
This is that classic, chaotic sandbox game, but now it has visual upgrades and all the DLC is included. There's no real story here. The goal is just to cause as much mayhem as you possibly can as a goat. It's fantastic for short bursts of silly physics-breaking fun, but if you want deep gameplay systems, this is not it.
And that mixed appeal is reflected perfectly in its Metacritic score of 65. This really shows that it's a game that splits players right down the middle. Some people absolutely adore its brand of humor and chaos, while others just find it shallow. This is a game you play purely for the laughs, not for the challenge.
Okay, so we've covered all 7 games. We've laid everything out. How in the world do you decide where to start? Don't worry, we've boiled it all down into a simple, actionable roadmap just for you.
So, to put it all together, if you want a long, top-tier JRPG that's gonna stay with you for years, download Persona 4 Golden. No question. If you're looking for a polished, nostalgic shooter campaign you can blast through in a weekend, grab Gears of War Reloaded. If you're ready for a massive, character-driven, modern RPG, then it's time to start Dragon Age: The Veilguard. And if you just want a short, beautiful, and totally unique adventure, Herdling is your best bet. So, which one will you be downloading first? Thanks for tuning in.